Let's do a wedding update. I'm very happy to announce that my fiance and I have now picked a venue and fell in love with the first venue that we saw. We had planned to view 4 venues, so 2 in the Yarra Valley and 2 on the Mornington Peninsula. We looked at the 2 on the Yarra Valley and we looked at 1 on the Mornington Peninsula. Despite really liking the 4th venue, we decided not to look at it because we'd already seen the one that we loved. I figured if we saw the 4th venue and we continued to look at venues, we just become confused. The venue in question is on the Yarra Valley. It's a little bit less known about. In saying that though, they have a very comprehensive wedding package and they do weddings all the time. I'm confident the wedding will be executed well. So the 3 venues we looked at, the one we chose I won't share, but the other 2 are Vines of the Yarra Valley and Dramana Estate. Both stunning, really beautiful, but both definitely better for a bigger wedding party. The 4th wedding venue we didn't end up looking at was Manston Creek Estate in Shoreham. It's owned by the Epicurean Group. I had a Zoom call with the owners. They were amazing. They were so lovely, very professional, and I could just tell that weddings were what they do. Like, I, with full confidence, had I gone ahead with that venue, my wedding would have been executed perfectly. The other 2, so Vines and Dramana, the views of Vines is beautiful. It's really lovely. And the barn at Dramana Estate was literally breathtaking. It was so beautiful. All the ceremony locations on the vineyard as well, gorgeous. A non-negotiable for me, and I'm actually going to do a whole video on like what my non-negotiables were for my wedding venue. One of the main ones was having access to accommodation on site. Particularly having 3 kids, I just wanted to alleviate any stress regarding transport to from the venue 10 or 11 p.m. at night in the Yarra Valley, like trying to get kids into an Uber or like, you know, transporting them home. That does not sound like a good time to me or something I want to have to worry about on my wedding night. So regarding the actual wedding package itself, I've opted for a 3-course plated seated dinner. A lot of venues offer like a feast option, but we didn't really want that. We wanted everyone to have their own plate of food. It was important to me that it was a seated event. It's more comfortable at a wedding. Like, you want to have places to sit. Everyone's in heels or like their dress shoes, and it also just looks aesthetically really beautiful. We also wanted to have the ceremony and the reception on the same property. It just makes sense logistically. We've secured the date with our celebrant. Already had a deposit paid from when we planned our wedding originally. So they know the new date. They've locked us in. 2 things crossed off the list. I've started inquiring with photographers. We want a documentary style photographer, potentially like editorial, but not over the top with posing. Documentary, romantic, with like a hint of editorial kind of vibe to it, you know? I've also confirmed the date with a content creator. Deposit is paid, date is locked in. They actually reached out to me on TikTok. They saw my Let's Get Married video. She said, "Can I film your wedding?" And I was like, "Send me through your packages and some of your work." Her work is really, really good. So that's Ali from Xylo Studios. Starting to create a bit of a mood board and like a timeline of like when I should have things done by. I have a close friend who is a wedding stylist. It's just really good to give me tips on just like general coordination and like working with vendors. Just been picking her brain. I think that's a massive part of wedding planning. It's like largely relying on people that you know who have gotten married recently and understand the industry like in its current state. Next on the agenda, I guess, is figuring out who we want in our bridal party. Initially, we didn't want anyone. We were just going to have the 2 of us up there. I'm one of 7, so I've got sisters and a few close girlfriends that I could ask. Just having a think about who I want standing up next to me. I don't want my wedding party, the bridesmaids or the groomsmen, to be out of pocket. So I need to factor in, obviously, hair, makeup, dresses and suits. How many we can afford to have. That will definitely dictate how many people end up being in the wedding. Now to fill in my brows without ruining them. I also mentioned that I'm thinking about doing my own makeup for the day. I need to make a list of all the things I don't feel comfortable doing. Like, for example, my brows are not my strong point. I love doing eye makeup, but like the only look I've mastered is like 2016 glam. I just don't know if that's how I want to look on my wedding day. I'm also going to make a list of all the things I'm not super confident in. So over the next 12-ish months, we can work on that together. I think we'll work on brows as a main priority. Planning to send out a hard copy of the save the date and then have a wedding invitation website. We'll put a QR code on the save the date. We'll link our guests to the wedding website. I'll just have the wedding website domain with like a TBC and a date to check back at. I'm really just wanting to get as much done early on as I can. That way, as the wedding creeps closer, I can just enjoy it and not be super stressed with like last minute important things. Well, that is the plan anyway. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do my best to be really organized. Never used the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray before, but that smells beautiful. That is me, all done. Let me know if there is more wedding like budget style info you want or any other wedding particular content that you're after. Anyways, see you in the next catch up.